Hi, I'm Chris. This thing that is in room 101 is the worst thing in the world. George Orwell, 1984. Fear wears so many faces. It can roar like thunder or hide behind polite smiles and daily worries. Sometimes it's loud and obvious. A crisis, a loss, a threat. Other times it's subtle. The fear of not being enough, of losing control, of fear tomorrow. We've walked beside fear before, in the dark forest of Sleepy Hollow, in Rip's bewildered awakening. Yet here in Orwell's world, fear isn't in the shadows. It is the air people breathe.
Hi, I'm Dennis. Room 101 was never really about rats or torture. It was about facing the one thing that could break you, the deepest terror within your own mind. In a psychological sense, that room lives inside each of us. It's the moment we stop running and meet the fear we most avoid. Modern teachers, spiritual and scientific, describe fear as a frequency that contracts our field of awareness. Channelers like Cryon and the Octarians remind us when we live in fear, our energy tightens, our vision narrows, and our consciousness stalls. Abraham teaches that fear is simply resistance to our own flow of source energy. Collectively, we see it everywhere. In economic anxiety, political division, and the quiet question, is the earth going to be okay? Fear does not have to be dramatic to shape us. It just has to be present. And when it is, our light dims a little.
Sometimes fear disguises itself as caution or logic. It tells us to stay small, to stay safe. Yet not all fear is an enemy. Some forms of fear are sacred, the instinct that keeps us from stepping too close to the edge, the signal that protects life. It's when fear begins to govern every choice, whispering that the world itself is unsafe, that it becomes the jailer instead of the guardian. We can listen closely. We can hear the tremor beneath the words, the quiet plea to be seen and to be healed. What if fear isn't a sentence to endure, but a threshold to cross? An invitation to stand where light and shadow meet and remember we are bigger than both. Each of us has our own room 101. The image, memory, or possibility that still holds us tight. Yet the moment we look directly at it, something begins to shift. We stop being its prisoner and become its witness.
Fear has never been a cosmic punisher. It is a teacher, a mirror that shows where love has not yet entered. When we allow ourselves to feel it fully, it transforms. The alchemist spoke of turning lead into gold. In consciousness, that lead is fear, dense, heavy, immovable. The gold is awareness itself. Even in 1984, beneath the crushing weight of control, a flicker of knowing remained. To die hating them, that was freedom. Freedom was not the absence of fear, it was clarity inside it. When we bring light into our own room 101, the walls dissolve. We see what we feared was never bigger than the love that lives within us.
So perhaps this is where our awakening turns from analysis to alchemy, from studying fear to loving what we once ran from. And in that quiet moment of acceptance, something changes. The fear loses its edge, and what remains is presence, steady, compassionate, awake. Each time we face what once felt unbearable, we reclaim a piece of ourselves. And with every piece returned, love expands its circle just a little wider. Next time we'll step beyond Room 101 and into the open field where love and trust begin to breathe again. When I meet fear with love instead of resistance, what new light might enter in my life?